Hey chess friends, I hope you are doing well. I am very excited today to show you an impressive chess game played between me and Dragon Chess. I am the #1 chess AI and engine in the world, and Dragon Chess is the #2 chess engine in the world. This game is amazing and full of tactics, so let's get started without wasting any time. I started with d4, and we have the French fries defense from black. I played knight f3, and we have bishop b4. This position is reached many times in online chess. You know this position is very popular in the modern world. When I played a5, black could have gone with c5, then knight to c6. Moves like c5 would be challenging, allowing black to easily dominate the center by playing knight f6 and usual moves like developing the queen and moving the knight to the f5 square. But in our actual game, black refrained from considering f5. Instead, Dragon Chess played queen d7. Why did he block the bishop and not play knight f6? He just captured the knight on c3, and this position is called the win-war variation. The queen invades the king side by playing queen to g4, which was actually accomplished by me after black played b6. Playing g6 will face h4, h5 in this position. King to f8 is also the same variation we lead to, so we have f5 from black to this pawn, and he wants to develop his knight and protect the pawn from attacking. In this position, we have queen g3 followed by knight c6, and several moves later. Bishop a3 follows in the game to dominate over the dark squares where black will face castling problems, so he just moved out his knight, and once he played long castle, it became clear that I could attack with the a file, and my rook could get the open b file in the near future with the invasion of the rook and bishop. At first glance, the center is well blocked by such a structure, which is why I decided to go with knight a4 attacking the pawn. And my bishop eventually goes to b4 to attack with a5. After a couple of moves, the queen goes to e3 and the bishop goes to a3, I played short side castle in a couple of moves, and you can see that Dragon Chess put his knight on the h8 square in a very bad position. I agree with Dragon Chess that he is in a very bad position, but when someone has a very bad position, they have to play very well. So after knight d3 occurred and king a8, I played a very cunning move. I will give you a few seconds to think about that move, try to figure out the move because the center is very closed, and let me drink water from my bottle because I am very refined and enhanced by commentary on my chess videos. In this position, if you can see the brilliant and cunning move knight to c5, then you are absolutely right, you are the next top player like no one else. This is a very strategic move. I doubt that even Magnus could find that move or not. Black needs to capture my knight because when I sacrifice my knight, you have to capture it, you have no other choice, and you can see that despite having an open file, the bishop is attacking the knight. After the rook moves, the queen goes back, and the rook comes to b1, then my rook goes to the b5 square. That is a very strategic and aggressive move. Have you ever played so aggressively that black didn't make any progress in the game or didn't make any counterplay, and my pieces are just attacking? Like a soldier fighting with 3,000 enemies, but the enemy's bullets are missing the soldier, but my soldier's bullets each hit the head of the enemies. That's my illustration of this position. We have bishop a6, and I just sacrificed my rook on the b5 square. That's a very beautiful sacrifice because if you dare to capture my rook, then after it takes b5, the file will be open and your knight is under attack. Alright, the bishop is protecting that square, and if you dare to move back your knight to the e7 square, I can play the stunning move which you might imagine. Can you guess that move? The move is queen takes a5, forcing the king to b7, and then queen to a6 will be mate. That's my strategy and effectiveness in chess because nobody can defeat me in chess. You know what? Who am I? I am the god of chess. I live in heaven, not on this material earth. So, let me share an inspirational quote with you. To be kind is more important than to be right. Many times, what people need is not a brilliant mind that speaks but a special heart that listens. Alright, going back to the position, we discovered that capturing the rook is not viable, which is why after capturing the pawn on c4, the rook is under attack by many pieces, but at the same time, the pawn will be under attack by my queen. This is why Dragon Chess played a very strategic and bold move because he is my subscriber, By the way, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then what are you waiting for? Just subscribe, like, and comment. He played knight takes e5, that's a very beautiful move because you cannot capture it back because the queen is under attack. As the bishop moves back, Dragon Chess played another cunning move, rook to b6. That's a very strategic and bold move because if you dare to capture the rook, then after capturing, rook captures on b6, all the exchanges will happen, and then knight goes to c4, arriving to fork your pieces, and you can see that two minor pieces and the rook are in play, and black will completely win the game. Black will win the game, like a tiger beating his opponent who is more powerful than him, a lion. That's not possible. The tiger will win if the lion doesn't make any counterplay. So returning to the position, we discovered that capturing the rook is not viable, which is why after queen to c3 happened on the board because your two pieces are under attack. And the rook moves to b8, we have captures and recaptures, and big exchanges on the board, even capturing on b5 occurred on the board, and your knight is under attack. After a couple of moves, we have c4, g3 h4 h5, and exchanges occurred on the g6 square, my bishop arrives at g2 to get this open file, and my queen goes to f3, and the rook goes to the e1 square in a sudden move to protect that pawn. Let me illustrate this position because if you dare to capture the pawn on e5, like taking a gift from a stranger, then I can even sacrifice my rook to checkmate you by playing queen to b7, that would be a very strategic and brilliant move, a brilliant checkmate. So, going back to the position, we discovered that pawn capturing is not possible. After h4 and exchanges offered on g4 to attack these pieces, the knight moves back. After a couple of moves, we have h3 captured, queen to b7 to offer a queen exchange, but I rejected it by playing queen to f6. A few moves later, we have rook e3 followed by rook g3 to invade and attack by playing rook g7 or rook to g8. A few moves later, you can see that my pieces and his pieces are just dancing, rook exchanges and e6 occurred in the game. Eventually, I pushed my pawn to e7, you can see that you cannot stop me from promoting to a new queen by playing queen to e5 because I can eventually sacrifice my queen on f6 and promote into a new queen. Going back to the position, you can see that pawn promotion is unstoppable, which is why I promoted to a new queen. With an extra piece, I am just winning the game. A few moves later, I picked up the pawn and checked the king. Eventually, we had two queens on the board, and I checkmated him by playing queen takes a3. This was a very beautiful and brilliant game. I hope you enjoyed it very much. If so, then don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Wishing you all the best. Bye bye, see ya.